Every week on the programme, we talk to a new MP who was elected for the first time at the last general election. It was a huge new intake, 140 new MPs in total. So, who are they all? This week, it's the Conservative MP for Bury North, James Daly. Hi, James.
Hi, Gloria. Hi, guys.
Hi, thanks for joining us. Um, James, tell me, what's the anxiety level of being the MP with the smallest majority?
Zero.
Oh, really?
So, Gloria, I don't ever think about the majority at all. I don't want to get too much into like speaking like a sort of your typical politician, but I do worry about delivering for people in Bury North, and I do worry about having the time over before the general election to do the things that I want to do. But I genuinely don't think about the majority at all. The privilege of being an MP, whether you've got majority of one or 30,000, is such that I don't think you should ever think about it in those terms. If you think about your majority, it's basically a career for you rather than something that you want to do to change people's lives.
I know what it is like to be in a count like the one you would have been in. Because I won the first time around with 192, slightly bigger than yours. But my goodness, just tell our listeners about the emotional roller coaster that is involved in being an account that is as tight as that.
Well, after the third recount at 5 o'clock in the morning, my legs had
Yes.
given way at that point, and my golly gosh, um, it, it's it's undescribable. I mean, in the scale of things that people go through, it's nothing. But it's, all your hopes, dreams, desires, all the things that you want to do, all come down to, the recount. So it's a nerve shredding experience. But I'd go through it again to be able to do what I'm doing now.
Yeah, I agree with you. Nerve shredding is the right word. You were brought up by your mum, James, weren't you?
I was,
Was
yeah.
life tough?
My mum and dad separated when I was very young. My mum, we didn't have anywhere to go, so I lived with my grandma. Me and my mum went to live with my grandma until I was about 18. My mum was a cleaner, and she's my inspiration and everything. But as I was growing up, she decided that she wanted to go back to school. So she did her A levels, sorry, her O levels, A levels, and became a social worker. So that obviously took a number of years to do. But her determination to do that has just sort of been my inspiration and everything. So we didn't have very much, but I had fantastic support and love from my mum and my grandma and my wider family, and that's all I needed. I mean, my political awakenings came from my grandma because I spent so much time with her. I can't even remember now, Glory, what the year was, but whenever the Parliament channel, she was obsessed with it, literally obsessed with it. And I was there as a younger person, a much younger person. And I remember there, as a 10, 12-year-old, sat there for hours watching this strange thing which I didn't truly understand. And I think as well, in terms of the motivation as to why I got interested in politics, it was because of my grandma's interest, but it was also because of seeing those people on the green benches, all those years ago, and it lit something within me. So I'll be
Mm.
forever grateful to my mum and my grandma for everything they did for me.
Your mum sounds phenomenal, by the way. Now, tell me the moment. So, you've told me the moment when you had your political awakening. I want to know about the moment you decided you were a Conservative.
I think it. I don't know whether you feel this, Gloria, but I think politics is it's a bit like a lot of things in life. You naturally gravitate to where you feel, where your general views are. I mean, again, it's dead easy for politicians to come on and just say things, hackney old things. But the reason why I'm a politician is I genuinely want people to have happy and fulfilled lives, if that's possible. Give people the opportunity to do it. In my view, I feel that the Conservative Party and what I believe that they stand for and continue to stand for is the best way to give people opportunities to succeed. And that's all it's about. It's genuinely all it's about. As I say, Gloria, I don't view what I do here as a career. I'm very lucky to be in this position that I'm in. But if I don't deliver, if I don't at least contribute to um, people's life chances in my seat, then I will have been a failure. I've been a governor at a state nursery school in my constituency for 10 years, chair of governors for 6 years. It's in a very disadvantaged area. The first moment I walked into there, what I thought, and probably this is not what a governor should think, but we've got a wide variety of kids. We've got special educational, a fantastic special educational needs section. But I wanted to see, is there anything we can do in this school to make sure that if any of these kids wants to be astronauts or bus conductors or film stars or lawyers, whatever it is, that we can at least give them that start. And that's all that matters to me.
Well, you say that you don't view it as a career, but my goodness, you were determined to enter Parliament, weren't you? Third time lucky, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, you can look back at my inglorious political career and point to that. I mean, I've been a councillor and still am a councillor for the best part of a decade. I stood to be an MP because of the things that I've talked about. So, no, I appreciate why you're saying that. And I was determined to do it, but I was determined to do it because I thought that I could offer something and could try and work with communities, work with wherever. If I was going to be elected, I would just give it 1,000% and do everything I could to help people. And that's what's motivated me.
And you mentioned that you're still a councillor. Is that until May, until the May elections?
That's until May. I've been a councillor for a lot longer than I thought I would be because of not having the election last year. But councillor's been a great. I mean, I would really urge anybody who wants to be who's interested in politics at any level to get involved in being a councillor. It's a brilliant grounding, for if you want to further. If you want to become an MP or anything else like that. But more importantly, it's the major way you can influence your community. It's the major way you can influence those decisions which impact your everyday life, the pothole in the road, the bus services, your local schools. So a lot of I've learned this even more since becoming an MP. A lot of the power and the influence and the real decision making happens in a town hall. So it's a fantastic thing for people to get involved in. I've been very lucky now to be a councillor for about 10 years.
And very, very quickly, if you can give me an easy answer, what's your least favourite thing about being an MP? You've told me everything you love, but there must be something that gets on your nerves.
I honestly, I can't think of anything, because if you're an MP and you start looking for things to worry about or moan about, then you shouldn't be an MP. It's such a privileged, a privileged thing to do that being the eternal optimist, Gloria, I'm afraid I just love it all, and I really. I mean, you know what it's like.
I do. That's why I got out. No. James Daly, the Conservative MP for Bury North. It's been really nice to talk to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Gloria. Bye.